27-9, not do 24-7, that are not enough time. Put in overtime, me I forget mine. Never thief nobody, me mother say feel low crime. Cause life is hard, have to work hard. The money now make it to just sit down in a yard and I cry time hard. Have to grind hard, jump in our studio, I rhyme hard.
Well, viewers, welcome to another episode of Unfinished Business. I know I'm kind of tired of saying, for over the past few episodes, I'm me that the host, but large up to Rico and Shide, schedule kind of tight when it comes to setting things in place, but big up to them, large up to them, my brother them. As usual, the show must go on. We have a special guest, man of PG Roots. I don't even want to go into much with the man though, because I don't want to go over the show and talk about the man. Might as well the man talk by himself, no? My family, no other than Ched Cabral up in San Pedro side. Everything go great?
Everything straight, everything good.
Yes.
Could be better like everything else, but I don't complain, nobody not listen.
Yeah, true that thing for complain, nobody not listen at all. Nobody not listen at all. Yeah, so I want to thank you. First, let's start from there to actually being a guest on our show. It's been a while in the making whereby, we always shut up and talk and say, hey, you know what? You need to come on the show. You reminding me that, hey, you know what? You need to come on the show. And I'm like, you know what? Yes, that's true. So, we're here and definitely chop it up and spit some game and, let people know all that you do and how, you're also involved with everything you have like as well.
All right. Well, I started scuba diving back in 97.
97.
Yeah, I got introduced to the whole scuba diving business through a friend of mine, Mr. Frederick Vernon. He passed me an application, and afterwards, the rest is what it is today.
Yeah.
97, I also became a professional. So that year I got certified, became a professional at the same time, that same year. And then like 3 years after, I decided to take it a little bit farther. And then decided to become an instructor. Back in 2000, I first tried that course. Due to certain financial factors, I could not complete that course. But in 2003, I started it again and did get it completed back in 2003, and I've been a scuba instructor since that time. So roughly going on a lot of time, a lot of years.
Okay, yeah. So exactly. So it's a dive shop, scuba diving shop that you currently own, right?
Yeah. We're big into scuba, mostly scuba. The instruction, where we teach, and also introductory level for people who just want to try it, and don't want to be committed to it. So, something to just try, and if you like it, you like it. If you continue, if you don't like it, you can walk away from it.
Yeah. I think I don't want to say this for the show, but I think I need to go swim. I can't scuba, I can't swim. So I think if you start swimming classes first, let's start from there. Everybody say, wait, if I don't swim, well,
let's hope you can float.
hopefully buoyancy is there. So what made you decide to go independent, as in opening your own? Because a lot of folks would say, hey, you know what, after I learn these courses and stuff, let me go actually work under someone or work for someone else. What made you make that decision that, you know what, let me see how I could go my own path?
I actually did work for somebody from 2000, not from 2000, from 97, ending in 97 till 2000. And then in 2000, I met a fellow diver who became a real good friend. We met actually in 98. And in 2000, his suggestion was, do you want to start your own business? I did not have any kind of experience whatsoever. And the business he wanted to get us involved in was quite bigger than I would have wanted, right? So there were two boats involved. There was a really big boat and one that was like a 25-foot boat. And I told him, hey, I don't have the experience.
Mhm.
But I'd settle for the smaller boat, and we'll see how it goes from there.
Start small, then eventually learn the game,
Exactly,
and then work your way up.
exactly.
Yes.
If you start small, then you can always get big.
Yes.
Yeah,
And remember, there's a lot of knowledge when it comes to what you know, and how I end up finding out was speaking, to you on a personal basis, on a personal level, whereby, especially when it came to like fishing, when you were telling me and you were having a discussion, you're like, PG should have never run out of fish, right?
yeah, yeah.
San Pedro always have fish. PG we the rate here, and why we the run out of fish? We should never have fish. But then you were actually explaining the method of
Yeah,
fishing
fishing. Yeah, yeah.
when it comes to the difference when
Um,
it comes to San Pedro versus PG. And
yeah,
that right there, not to cut the short, but that right there is information. That right there is game. That right there is knowledge, because fishing is people. That's a lifestyle for some folks,
yeah,
right? But imagine if this is a lifestyle for you. You're going out fishing, then nil, you come back, take an egg, go back, come back, take an egg. Always the one that why fish so scarce. But like you said, method, if you would want to like indulge on that a little bit more, because for the viewers of Unfinished Business.
um, what the guys here do is they invest, so to speak, in materials, all right, biodegradable materials or cement materials that they would then put in one area. So, like if you had broken cement blocks, for example, you would pile them up in an area, right? Like you have 5 different spots right in this one little spot. All the fish then congregates to that one spot, and then that's your spot. You just go there, and whatever leftover bait you have after you don't catch what you need, you throw your bait and you feed your fish, and
Yeah.
then you go back again and you do the same thing. But you don't go to those spots and try to finish them. You want to create other spots so that it's sustainable. So you will go to this one today, you go to the next one tomorrow, you go to the next one, you go to the next one. You build your own spots, right? So yeah, that's how these guys deal with it. Some of them they use wood, like the sticks. They make the TP formation. You know that Indian tent looking
Yeah,
thing.
like attached.
Yeah, just like that. They put like 5 of those together, 6 of those together, one spot. Then they go to another spot, right? Of course, they use their GPS because you know why everybody know your secret spot. So yeah. Otherwise, your secret spot now be secret
Secret no
anymore.
more. Why know I got a spot on fish missing?
Yeah, fish missing. Yeah, you could actually get your mask and go down and count your fish too.
See? And one thing that you were telling me as well, because I was remember asking you why cement and stuff, and you were telling me that hey, you realize that things like rock and cement, corals actually could grow and stuff
Grow
like
on.
that.
Yeah.
And
So yeah, you're actually building an artificial reef, which then becomes a real reef,
yes,
right? With the sticks, it's actually biodegradable, so it doesn't harm the environment.
yes.
Yeah.
And then that's smart fishing, because now rather than just going out just wishing or guessing,
Yeah. Yeah.
you actually created a habitat whereby now the fish
Yeah.
believes that it has a home, and now by them coming in that area, you know exactly where you done, where you set up. They think that the movie,
Yep.
you know the landlord,
Yep.
they think that the movie.
Yeah,
And
but they
then,
have to pay. They have to pay.
yeah, exactly. They have to pay. They have to pay. They have to pay. And see, I remember us going to over that side. I remember like, okay, they said this is a Chen spot. I was like, wait, what? Chen, this is our Chen where he to take off from. No, he's like, this that his spot, this is his dive shop, this that his stuff, this that his everything that I like, okay, that's something that is like amazing. So my thing was that I know I asked you before what made you actually go that route, right? But was entrepreneurship or being an owner difficult in your first step? Because you say rather than getting the big boat, you decided to get the small one. How was your journey when it came to like entrepreneurship and looking at everything how we came to today?
Well, we build slowly. You know, if you build slowly, you have infrastructure for growth,
Mhm.
right? It's always when you go fast that you'd have to become smaller,
Mhm.
right? Because as you go along and you build your company, you're putting the infrastructure for your company to succeed. And we started with the first boat, and then we got the second boat, and we had two boats of the same size. So, at times when it would be rough, it was still challenging to have the same size boat.
Mhm.
So we decided we needed a bigger boat. So we sold one of the boats, got a bigger one, and then we needed a smaller one. So we could have, okay, we have two people to take care of. We have a boat for that size, two, three people, right? If we had 4, 5, 6 people, we have a boat to take care of that crowd, right? And then we had 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, or whatever more than that amount, we have a boat to take care of that. And then if the weather was not good for the 25-foot boat, we could still use the bigger boat and still take the 3 people, 4 people, whatever. Right. So yeah, we designed, well, that was my design for what I wanted to do. We also use the smaller boats to do pickups, right? So San Pedro is quite big. A lot of people don't know that, right? Like where you guys were staying, the Grand Caribe at that time. I'm in town.
Yeah.
My business is located in town.
Yes.
So, like, if I had a guest from there, I would have to go pick that guest up,
Yes.
right? There's no sense for me to use a 200 horsepower to go all the way there
Yeah.
and pick up. It costs a lot more in gas. So you had to structure the company based on, okay, what's going to be cheaper for me to get my people to this spot,
Mhm.
and then we use the other boats based on that group. Yeah.
Yeah. Makes a lot of sense. Now, when it comes to everything, like that's it's not even at this point the elephant in the room. It's everything that's affecting the world. COVID. What would you say when it comes to COVID, the impact that COVID had on you, and now ways that you're trying to maneuver to say, okay, then let's keep business going with COVID still being there.
Well, even before COVID started, um, the year was already slow. It wasn't the usual. I think we were operating maybe about 2/3 of what we would normally get, right? When COVID came around, it shut everything down. So most of our business depend on people traveling, and traveling was shut down. Um, I have two permanent employees that I thought about at that time. I was okay. I knew I was gonna be okay. But what affected me was how it was gonna affect how it was gonna affect my guys.
Mhm.
Right. So we had a plan for them to do like just a weekly cleaning of the boats, sanitizing the boats. Just for them to generate some kind of income. To be honest, it wasn't much at all. But at the same time, I was a board member of the San Pedro Tour Operator Association, and we also had a program for members of that board, or members of that association, I should say, for a feeding program that we used our access to opportunity to fundraise for the employees that were affected by COVID, and that helped my guys a lot as well. So that helped, and then um, around August, because we did from April till about July, the Tour Operators Association had that food pantry. And then the Tour Guide Association also had one that ended, I think, it started right about around July and ended in February, early February.
Okay,
Yeah.
July of
So
2020 ended February of 2020.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So you know, with the little that we had to offer them, plus what they got, yeah, that kind of suffice for you know for all of that. That's how we handled COVID here. Um, and as far as bouncing back, we still, you know, the numbers aren't. I wouldn't even say a third
Yeah.
of
Okay.
what we used to. I'd probably say maybe 15% of what we used to dealing with. So now you got to, you know, the dynamics has changed, and now you got to watch this, you got to watch that. You know, you got to make sure that every trip that you go on,
Thanks.
it's profitable. And also make sure that you take care of guys. I actually started paying a little bit more
Mhm.
to my guys due to less trips.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
Okay, definitely, definitely. Well, we'll take a short break. We'll be back, and as you mentioned, ATO, that's another segment that we're going to speak about, and also we'll talk about PG roots and all of
Oh,
that. Because
oh yes, man.
the
Yes,
man does
man.
be my babysitter too, you know. He and my next uncle that does babysit me, so I tried to see where to grow up for a toddler. But we'll be right back after these messages. We're back, segment 2 with our guy Ched Cabral. And you know, I know Ched lived at San Pedro right now, but nothing Ched lived at San Pedro all my life. Ched right here for PG. If one of them know. And like I'm gonna say, back then, the man was babysitting me. They actually had a team too. And I know all of this because of the stories that happened. The team named gangsters, right? The team named gangsters. Well, why am I the coach? Ched, I hear Ched does be a nice point guard. I didn't even know Ched play basketball. He, Home G, Massas, Prick, the whole squad, the whole squad. They were wicked in the first half, but second half, I don't know what happened. They start lose, but that's another story. They look like they only be good in the first half. But Ched, I want to explain, Brent, your PG roots, because you know, unfinished business. We always want people say that okay, if our own people can do it, why not us? Right? So I don't want people to believe
Yeah.
that hey, you know what, you made that some Pedro life. You know, you were someone that was living here and you went to other place, you know, find opportunity and stuff, and you decided to bloom. This discuss with our viewers. Let our viewers know about your PG roots.
Well, Ban a PG. Um, I think I spent my first 23 years at PG.
Mm.
Um, uh, Elementary school, I'm a St. Peter Claver, and then TCC actually, and then technical Belize, and then worked a couple of jobs. Worked the post office, being a mailman. I worked on the highway once uh, for about a year and so, over a year or so. Um, what else? What else I worked? Maya. Maya.
Maya.
I used to
Can't
run, yeah, I
forget
used to run
Maya.
Maya office.
Can't
Yeah,
forget Maya.
I used to run Maya office. You're right. Yeah, but yeah, I had some good opportunities, and then PG jobs gas, and so I had to move. You
Mhm.
know, and so that's what led me out of PG job search. Um, but I try to go back as much as I possibly could.
Yeah.
Um, it's always fun seeing people I used to babysit like you, Jelly. Seeing all my old friends, seeing my teachers, of course, and my family. You know, my wife's family is from there as well, and my family is there. So um, all my nieces, my nephews, I'm always happy to see them. I'm sure some of them are happy to see me, not all of them, but right? Yeah, yeah, but yeah,
Yeah.
PG 1000%.
Yes, exactly. And like you were you here. So a lot of the youths today, you live that experience that they're living because and whereas back then things I would say me harder because we're more a little bit more modernized now today's day. But it's interesting like how you're telling your story, and the reason that I like that you're telling your story is because it's not like, oh, Ched left PG when he was 7
Yeah, yeah,
or Ched left PG as in a band. Like I say, basically 23 years of your life you in Libya, and then you just ended up going elsewhere to seek opportunity, but
yeah,
you were still grounded here. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because when it comes to things like philanthropy, access to opportunity is a big organization that when it comes to philanthropical work, you growing up, you know,
yeah,
seeing how things were back then, seeing how things are now. Yes, it's changed, but we can't say that it changed dramatically, right?
yeah. A lot of it is still the same.
Yeah,
It's pretty much still the same.
exactly.
The more things change, the more they stay the same.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, access to opportunity has opened up a lot of opportunities, for a lot of young people. Um, we first started 3, 4, maybe about 5 years ago, and we've got people. We've got right now. Presently, we have about 15, roughly about 15 people on scholarships,
Okay.
and we have people in various different fields. We got people in education. We got people in environment, people in marine biology. We got people that are pharmacy. We got people that are nurses. You know, um, and some people that are trying to go further in science and chemistry and all that kind of stuff. So from what we've got right now, uh, is it's definitely positive. We've got um, a minimum 3.0 grade average that you know you need to meet, and we've had our recipients meet that, and a bunch of them way over that. So I'm proud of the work that we're doing. That's the scholarship part. We got people right now doing associates. We got people doing bachelors, and we got people doing masters. And hopefully we get some more people doing their masters coming this summer, and try to get a couple more people involved as far as starting to do their associates. That's basically from the scholarship point of view. Besides that, access to opportunity has also done some work with we've got the garbage. garbage bin project.
Yes, around Toledo. You know
Yeah.
what? Big shout out to you on that too as well. I know you
Uh,
guys partnered up with the Rotary Club, right? In regards
yeah.
to
One of the reasons we partnered with the Rotary Club is because you go from one credible organization to another
another
credible
one.
organization,
Exactly.
right? So the credibility is something that's it's a must.
Yes,
Whenever
exactly.
you're dealing with different organizations. Um, we also looked at small projects last year that would inspire people. We had a program around November that I think what our question was. I think you remember that too, Jelly, because
Hmm.
you were one of the entries on that
Hmm.
as well. Yeah, and just how people would inspire the community and how they would spend what little, if they had, to get their community to be a better place. Um, we're also looking at other projects. Every time I go to PG, I try to find something different, um, from a different perspective of not just educational but also agricultural, um, and different stuff.
And for and I also help out farmers. Let's get that covered
Farmer, yeah,
because
farming.
in our end, let's come in the access to opportunity. Now, yeah, like as an institution growing, partnered up with access to opportunity. And I would say thanks to access to opportunity, where we have now the opportunity to actually get our pig project off the ground. And the whole team would like to thank you guys and access to opportunity overall for actually, seeing what we actually wanted to do. You guys actually you took your time, you got us actually going through the whole process and
Yeah,
learning as well. So now it's the
yeah,
best part of it is not only saying, hey, you know what? Yeah, access to opportunity is here. It was a teaching lesson whereby every step was guidance, every step was teaching, every
yeah,
step
yeah,
was learning. And one thing I could gladly say about you guys, it's that it's not just about, okay, if I'm helping you, yes, I'm helping you financially. But you know what? If you need the guidance, you know what? It's our job as well to teach you the knowledge and guide you into the right path. So it's not only something whereby it's funding, it's also a mentorship, which I have to
yeah,
appreciate as well
yeah,
because it's
yeah,
beyond just the funding. You guys are also mentors and people within the camp, people that you actually push forward with, you mentor them. And my thing to you is that when it comes to that person, what would you say your next advice would be when it comes to like the youth? Because we're speaking on the topic of mentorship. What would you see, and specifically not in general terms, but specifically
um,
when it comes to like everybody's like either school or nothing, right? And I believe that
yeah,
with the world that
yeah.
we're in today, that's not the case.
Well, a lot of things has changed. COVID has exposed a lot of things. There's lots of different avenues. Um, it seemed like everybody became a farmer during COVID. Everybody was planting something,
Yeah.
and that's not wrong. That's not wrong. If you could plant, you plant. You have um, a lot of people trying to make things work, and I'd say perseverance. You have to continue going with your dream. Um, you, for example, when we had that program in November last year, I saw what your proposal was, and at the time it was not as organized as other projects were, and by I think January when we started talking to you again, you were far more organized. Um, you had like got its NGO status. The whole game plan about what you guys wanted to do, how you were going to do it, and all that was all set up in a way that we could not turn
Yeah.
turn another way.
Yeah.
And kudos to you for that, and that's
Much
perseverance,
appreciated. Much appreciated.
right? That's perseverance. A lot of people could look to that as as an example of what it takes. Um, Not because it didn't work out for you the first time, it's not going to work out for you the second time.
Second time.
So you just got to continue doing what you do. Um, if you plant 10 tomato tree and all the tree come out, you still got a lot of seed to plant more.
Yeah.
So you just continue to plant.
Yes. Yes. Much appreciated.
Perseverance. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. See? Perseverance, the word of this show is actually perseverance. Yes. And before we leave too, what we want to speak about is that, like I said, ATU 1 year like has a partnership. We're having a partnership here.
Oh
And
yeah.
what we're doing
we excited about this one.
Yes, yes. And we're in the second half when it comes to our funding. So, to our viewers out there, you'll see us posting a lot when it comes to our fundraising that we're trying to do for our big project to complete and finalize it. So if you don't know no auntie estates, no uncle estates, no uncle, grandpa, everybody, if you can't put, call on the family estates, man. And if they can't put, call a friend. And if they can't, just everything counts because
friend of a friend of a friend of a friend.
Exactly, exactly. Because the initiative that we're trying to do here is something huge. So we'll say, hey, if you go to Access to Opportunities page, you go to your Lights page, you go to my page or Chen's page, you'll definitely find it there where you can easily fundraise.
Yeah.
Whatever you have, you can give. That's what counts, that you're giving towards our journey. And that's how I could put it out to you guys. It's a journey that you will be a part of by giving to us, because you'll see our growth, you'll see how we'll develop, you'll see the before and the after, whereby you'll see, hey, you know what? They young boy, I didn't waste my money for them because they may convince me, and in the beginning, this is why I end up with donate towards them. And then when everything come out, I could actually say that, you know what, it was worth contributing to these guys.
Yeah. Access to Opportunity right now is very excited about this project. We believe in you, Jalil. We believe in your team. We believe that this could be something that would employ a lot of people in
Yes.
PG. We believe that a lot of people can learn, from how you set up this project. And the more people that learn from it, the more better, right?
Yeah, the better it is for the community.
So then in return, they employ other people,
Yes.
right? So the objective is basically, get PG to have more affluency. When we talk about affluency, more cash spending here and there. If there's more cash circulating, PG will be a better place.
Yes.
And for the most part, we depend too much on government dealing with this and dealing with that, and we should look to entrepreneurship so that we can take care of ourselves. Because when you look at Belize City, it's a bunch of entrepreneurs. You look in Orange Rock, you look in Kaya, Belmopan, everywhere it's entrepreneurship. So, we just gotta open up more avenues for ourselves. And in PG, that could mean, maybe another panada stand, maybe, it's entrepreneurship. We just need people to start,
Yes.
making stuff
things
boom.
happen. Yeah.
Just make things happen. Yeah.
Yes.
Your project doesn't have to be a big project. Your project just needs to be a project that you can easily move around and and offer your services to your community.
Yes.
You know, I've seen, like, I live in San Pedro. I've never seen so many other people. You know, we have the restaurants and everything, but now you have everybody doing something else. You know, you have people selling barbecue for $5 in San Pedro, unheard of, right? But
$5.
yeah, $5.
What?
So you know, if you're out there and you have your startup money and you could do something different than what everybody else is doing, then feel free. You know, you never know. You never know.
Exactly. Well, you know what, Ted, again, thanks, man. Much
Yeah,
appreciated,
man.
and thanks for being, I guess, the whole team are here at Unfinished Business, and yeah, like Back Play Studio. Big up yourself as well, brother. We would
Yes.
like to thank you for actually being a guest here on Unfinished Business, and we're definitely excited for this partnership that we currently have, and we're definitely looking for more, you know, games, gems, and information that you guys have to actually
Yeah.
assist you like with. So, with that said, you know, we have to wrap up the show. You know, we're gonna stay and chirp and talk long, but
Yeah. Speaking of, we have a project that you'll hear about soon.
all right, all right,
But yeah, we're working on something else.
all right, definitely.
We're always working on something.
All right, I'll keep my ears open.
Yeah.
All right. Well, enough thanks again, man. And
All right,
viewers,
cool.
once again, we want to thank you guys for tuning in to this episode of Unfinished Business. And tune into our next one next 2 weeks. And Jalilino here as your special host. Big up to Rico and Shide. Thanks again, Ched, and we're out.
Stay on the grind, 27/9, not 24/7, not enough time. Put in overtime, me I forget mine. Never thief, nobody, me mother say feel no crime. Cause life is hard, have to work hard. The money now make if you just sit down in a yard and I cry time hard. Have to grind hard, jump in our studio, alright.